gotta be an idiot to bet on that parlay.
It's DTF or bust.
Put it on my mama's porch tomorrow. Welcome back to Home My Bet Podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Park. Here with me, as always, DTF Clee, and we got the one and only Corgy. Corgy, how's it going, man?
How's it going, Brandon?
Good, good. So we're on to week 2, and it feels like week 1 just flew right by, which hopefully I'll forget about the Browns tomorrow. So let's go ahead and get straight into Thursday night football. We have the Buffalo Bills visiting the Miami Dolphins, with the Dolphins being the favorite at home with a -2.5 spread and over under 48.5. Boys, are we liking anything in this game?
I mean, overall, it's going to probably be one of the better Thursday night football games of the season. So I'm very excited to watch these two teams, as I have Josh Allen, Tyreek Hill. I do have Keon Coleman on a team for fantasy football. So definitely looking forward to watching this one. It's going to lead a good week off with a good game. Help get the Browns out of my head as well. So at the moment, I don't have anything from this game. I mean, the obvious would be Tyreek Hill touchdown, but okay, so I take it back. If you want my pick of the week for props, Jeff Wilson anytime touchdown.
Jeff Wilson. I know Mostert's already been ruled out. HN is questionable.
Day-to-day.
Yeah.
So if anybody has not picked up Jeff Wilson as a backup on fantasy yet, claim him on waivers. I already did it in one league. I think it's a smart move just to have on your bench if you have any last minute moves. If you're not sure about HN, go ahead and get Jeff Wilson. I mean, we know they're going to be running the ball. They're going to be passing the ball. So if it's not the HN, who's it going to be? Jeff Wilson. Anytime touchdown, Jeff Wilson.
Corky, what you feeling?
Talk to it to me, baby. Give me Tua all day long in this one. He is on my fantasy team. He was on the bench last week. I made the mistake of putting him there. I think he deserves the start. And I also like the under in this game.
Ooh,
Thursday night football games in September and October with a total of 49.5 or higher are 15-4-1, 79% of the unders, and they've always covered by almost 5.3 points per game. That's pretty impressive. So
that's one of the lads' favorite bets is the primetime unders.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm right with you, Corky. I like Tua in this game, especially with Buffalo's DBs not being so great. I mean, the Cardinals kind of ate it up on them last week. So I'm liking Tua yards. I'm trying to look up his over-under right now, and it looks like it is set at 266.5. I think easily Tyreek Hill gets probably a 60-something yard touchdown, and Jalen Waddle is going to get another 60-yard reception. So we're already at 120 right there.
Yeah, at least half of that. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to cover at least half of that on one play alone each. So yeah, I like the over on Tua for 266.5 passing yards. His touchdown passes overall, over 1.5. Go ahead and give me those as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and pair those two together. I also like Josh Allen, 2+ touchdown passes in this game, just because I am not a big believer in Miami's defense. And Josh Allen, struggled in the beginning of this Cardinals game, but really balled out the second half. Even a rushing touchdown from Josh Allen wouldn't be a bad play. But I really like him at least throwing 2 touchdowns. I think Keon Coleman gets his first NFL touchdown this game. And then I think you're going to get a Kincaid touchdown, which I'm really hoping for fantasy purposes. But who do we like to win this game, Miami or Buffalo? It's right now split 50-50.
So with it being a 2.5 point spread, Josh Allen has never lost, I think, a game in his career, or the stat is like the last so many games he's not lost by less than 6. 2.5 point spread is really close here. I honestly like the Bills to come in and beat the Dolphins. Dolphins weren't that hot last week. I think Waddle's out again, right? At the moment.
Is he out? I actually haven't even seen if he's out yet. I'm not seeing him on any props. Oh no, he's on props,
Okay, so I mean, you'd like to think the Dolphins will come out strong, but it's going
especially
to
at
be,
home too.
yeah, I mean, it's going to be a great matchup regardless. So, as long as the Dolphins can cook the Bills defense, I mean, they should be all right, but give me the Bills.
Yeah. Even as a part-time Dolphins fan, I like the Bills money line at plus 114. I think it's going to be a really good game though at the end of the day. But go ahead and give me that under as well.
With my pick, I believe I'm going to ride with Tua. I think he's going to have a great game. He's going to feed the ball to his playmakers, and Josh Allen will be wearing the handcuffs this game.
Mm.
That defense is going to eat him alive.
Bold pick, bold pick. All right. So moving over to Sunday, we don't have any Friday games this week, thank God. We have the Las Vegas Raiders visiting the Baltimore Ravens, with the Ravens being the clear favorites in this one at minus 410, a spread of 8.5 and over under 41.5. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna touch this game because this seems like a game that the Ravens like would botch up somehow, some way. So that minus 410, I'm not liking too much. If you got spare change, that you just want to throw away and, make the baby dance or something, go ahead and put it on the Raiders plus 320 money line. If you just want shits and gigs. Not
See,
recommending it to anyone, but
this is one of those games where I do think that the Ravens are going to cakewalk the Raiders. Um, that's just my opinion, though. We did learn that Derrick Henry was not brought in to be the workhorse back. So I think if anybody's got him in fantasy, don't expect him to do a lot. I mean, we did see him score last week. I think that was just his welcome to Baltimore, but I think he's going to underperform in this game. Raiders defensive front is very tough. Max Crosby. I mean, it's not going to be the easiest for the Ravens, but I still think the Ravens come out on top.
I think it'll be a close one as well. I think it'll be a fluke last second field goal by Mr. Tucker, and that's all she wrote there.
yeah, I was gonna say the thing that scares me about betting anything on this game is that defense that the Raiders have.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just don't feel confident. I liked what I saw from Baltimore week 1 against Kansas City, but the Raiders just seem like one of those teams that people are just gonna fall asleep against, and they're gonna have to play catch up somehow, some way.
Mm-hmm.
Gardner Minshew, he's proven a lot of people wrong throughout his career. Even played pretty solid in Indianapolis, enough to make a Pro Bowl. Granted, no one wants to play in the Pro Bowl, but yeah, I'm not going to take any props on this. If I throw any money on it, it's going to be the Raiders, and it's going to be very little money just because I want something to cheer for, and I don't want to bet against a AFC North rival, especially if we have the same record right now. Someone's got to be at the very bottom, and
I
I
was going
don't
to
want it to
say
be us.
Basement Brothers. That's where we're going to be. So
Yeah, yeah, someone's got to lose. But on to the next game. Very curious to see how this one's going to turn out. We have the New Orleans Saints visiting the Dallas Cowboys. With the Cowboys obviously being the favorites at minus 265 with a 6-point spread and over under 47. I'm curious on what you guys have to say about this over under. I feel like it is going to be an under.
Dallas defense is definitely not something to mess with. I definitely could see Derek Carr throwing 3 interceptions in this game. You look to see the Cowboys go 2-0. That 6-point spread should probably be more like 13.5.
Yeah.
I definitely see Cowboys covering completely. I think that the the panic to go and get Rashid Shaheed off of the waivers is going to be over. I think Chris Olave will finally get that big game that they're waiting for. But that's only if Derek Carr can perform and not throw 3 interceptions. Give me Cowboys covering the spread, -110.
I think the Cowboys will roll, as Dylan and you said, Brandon. I think at least 1 defensive touchdown.
I was just about to say that too. Odds right now are +320.
I would take that to the bank.
Yeah.
You'll be sitting pretty with a defensive touchdown or special teams.
I definitely won't parlay it, but
no,
I'll just throw it as it's same
throw
deal
5
as
on it and
Raiders
see what
game,
happens.
roll the dice, see what happens, have some fun with it. We're gonna have the Browns going on at the same time, so why not see a red zone highlight of the Cowboys getting a touchdown on defense
against not somebody who's Deshaun Watson, even better.
Yeah, exactly. I also like that spread for the Cowboys. I think that's probably the easiest bet you can make this week, unless the Saints are just way better than everyone's expecting, but I don't think that's going to be the case. I think the Cowboys start off 2-0, and they're going to win with ease. But next, this next game, I'm not looking forward to.
I am. I'm looking forward to it.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to have to hear about this.
I'm looking forward to every Panthers game this year because I just want to see them to get the shit kicked out of them.
We have the LA Chargers facing the Carolina Panthers, with the Chargers being pretty favorited in this one. Only at -238 though, with a 6-point spread and over under 39. That over under, I'm staying away from that.
Yeah,
unless I'm going under, because I don't see many points being scored.
This is another game where I could totally see the Chargers walking away with that 6-point spread. I feel safer with that, but the money line's still nice enough to where if you parlay it, it's going to be okay. Give me Dobbins anytime he's back. I mean, Dobbins looked really good last week. Seems like Harbaugh has something going with him. He likes Herbert. I'm hoping the Chargers come back and give the AFC West something to be scared of. Harbaugh's a great coach. I mean, I don't want to play the Chargers this year, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, they're going to be one of those teams I feel like are just sneaky. Like, they're not good, but they're not bad enough to be called bad. They're just like mediocre. But I'm going to double down on your Dobbins pick, and I'm going to also attach Dobbins with a his name's leaving my mind right now. McConkey. Give me Lad McConkey anytime.
We do have the Chargers in November, but we're home.
Yes, we do. So they don't play well in the cold. Another lad shout out. We can't forget our lad.
Yeah.
We went to the Chargers game. Was it last year or 2 seasons ago already? Dave.
They played 2 years ago.
Seasons. It wasn't last season. It was
2 seasons ago. Yeah, that was the Eckler game.
Yeah, or he just went off.
Dave, did you like anything in that game?
I'd lean towards the Chargers myself. Low scoring. And then I think a Bosa sack.
Oh, that defensive prop. I like that.
I'm a big defensive guy. I wish I could do offensive lineman pancakes, but they don't offer that in most sports books. So yeah, I could see him with at least a sack and maybe a forced fumble.
Let's see what the line is. I bet you there's a line out for it right now. Nope, nothing yet.
Nothing yet, yeah.
Probably later this week.
All right. So moving into this next game, we have the San Francisco 49ers visiting the Minnesota Vikings. If you guys remember last year, week 6, 49ers took on the Vikings after, I think this was after Kirk Cousins
Yes.
No. Kirk Cousins was still playing, actually. It was the Vikings' first win of the year.
Yeah, this was the 3-game stretch where the 49ers lost to the Browns, the Vikings, and who was the third team? Because they lost like 3 in a row.
Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals. Yeah.
Yeah. But the 49ers are the favorites in this one, minus 250, with a 5.5 point spread and over under 45.5. I don't know about you guys. I'm actually liking that over in this one.
I think the over is dangerous because we did see the Vikings put up 27 points last week, and the 49ers put up a ton of points this past Monday against the Jets. This is the Vikings' first home game of the season, so you would hope that they'd play pretty well, but I'm nervous it's going to be a shutout. I feel like 49ers defense is going to have Sam Darnold. I don't
Well,
know.
especially since he played in that system last year too, so they know him pretty well. Um, I'm not saying that's my favorite bet in this one. I'm hoping Christian McCaffrey is back for this game, but
He
that would be
said
an anytime
today.
touchdown right then and there.
He said today he was feeling ready to go.
Yeah. However, I do feel a Brandon Ayuk touchdown, as much as I don't want to put it after what we went through this offseason. A Brandon Ayuk touchdown. I feel like he's due for it, especially the way he played last week.
I thought it was great how on the Manning cast how Eli and Peyton were picking on him about not coming to training camp. Just gotta love it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you with some knowledge, boys. Minnesota has gone 7-0 straight up and 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 home versus San Fran. That's disgusting. They haven't won a game since 1992. Both of you probably weren't even born.
I wasn't.
I
No.
was. I was one. So I think over is a huge possibility. They both put up 20 plus respectively. I think it's going to be a juggernaut fest. CMC might be back. Who knows? Ayuk, he's feeling fluty. Does George Kittle get a couple better catches? The dink and dops that he's been known for. I think he might break one of them for a TD. So I think the Vikings will go back to back years victorious.
I like that. I like that. Vikings money line, by the way, plus 205. If anyone was interested. Next, we have our Cleveland Browns visiting the Jacksonville Jaguars. Browns actually going in now. I mean, as they should after how they played last week, as the underdogs. So Jaguars money line is at minus 148 with a 3-point spread and over under 41.5. If the lad were here, he would tell us not to bet on this game, but you know what? We're degenerates. We're going to put something on it, of course. I'm going to just stick true to my guns. Give me Browns plus 124. I am scared for this game, though, for my life. I do not want to bet a spread on this one because this just screams, 1-2 point victory by the Browns. Somehow, some way.
Deshaun Watson, interception, anytime, give me it. I just don't believe in him.
All I would agree with you, but all their DBs are hurt. But he also is bad enough that it will still happen.
Yeah, I don't want to bet on this game because it is 100% going to be that if I bet on the Browns to win with the money line of being the underdog, and if I lose my money and the Browns lose, I'm going to be double pissed. And I should have sat there and said to myself, I knew they were going to lose anyways, so I even bet on it. So I'm not touching it with the 10-foot pole unless it's a Deshaun Watson interception.
I am going to stay away from this as well. I hate betting against the Buckeyes, the Browns, Toledo Rockets. I always get cooked. I like Travis Etienne for a nice tutty.
Okay. I like that. Next, we're going to move into the Indianapolis Colts visiting the Green Bay Packers. I love how that just happened. Dylan, can you go ahead and take this one while I get the lights figured out?
Yes, sir. So the Colts coming in as the favorite here on the road, minus 148, over under at 40.5 and 3-point spread. Give me the Colts money line all freaking day. Anthony Richardson is ready to go. I am so pumped about this game. Malik Willis is going to suck dick. He's going to be horrible. Packers might even put up a goose egg. Colts are going to run away with this game. It's a 40.5 point spread. Colts might score 40 themselves.
I'll take this one, Brandon, since you're still getting back to the groove. I think as well, I'm taking a first half over 20.5. I think the Colts are just going to run it down their throats, pass it. And, I think the 1 week wonder of the Packers, I don't think he'll be able to replicate that.
Yeah. I'm right with you guys. Go ahead and give me the Colts money line. Honestly, that spread is I like the spread actually easier. So go ahead and give me the -3 for the Colts, and then Anthony Richardson, 40 plus rushing yards in any time. Next we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers visiting the Detroit Lions. We got a playoff rematch, with the Lions being heavy favorites in this one at -360, with the 7.5 point spread and over under 51. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I think I might only do props on this one because that over under has me terrified. I want to bet the over because I think this is going to be an absolute shootout. But I'm also leaning towards the Buccaneers money line. I know the Lions were my team against Dylan and his Chicago Bears bet last year, but I like. I don't know. This is a rough matchup for me. I don't think it's going to be the same outcome as the playoffs, but even then, it was a shootout at the end. Go ahead and give me a Mike Evans touchdown anytime. And then Chris Godwin, I'm gonna have getting 60 plus yards.
The one thing that I like from this game that I would like to think is a guarantee is that both Goff and Mayfield can throw 1.5 passing touchdowns. If I was to pick one over the other, though, I think I'm going Mayfield 1.5. Because I can see the Lions putting it up on the goal line, and you're gonna have Montgomery just pushing it in. Um, Give me Baker Mayfield 1.5 passing touchdowns -140.
I agree. I think the Lions will make it pretty competitive. It'll be a score fest on both sides. I'm looking at a Gibbs and Montgomery each with a tutty.
Ooh, I like that. Got the duo.
Yep, they ground the pound, pound and ground. The ball. I think one's going to vulture the other, and they're going to both feast on Sunday. So they're going to get their touches and they're going to get their scores.
Yeah, I like those anytimes. Let's see. We got a couple of 1 o'clock games still to go. We got the Seattle Seahawks visiting the New England Patriots, with the Seahawks being favorites by -175 with a 3.5 point spread and over under 38.5. So we're just expecting this game to be really low scoring. If I like anything in this game at all, this is another one of the games that I don't really want to throw anything on it. Go ahead and give me a DK Metcalf anytime. Just because I don't know if Kenneth Walker is going to play or not for sure. If Kenneth Walker plays, I'll switch it out for Kenneth Walker anytime.
I think it's kind of disrespectful for it to only be 38.5. Patriots showed promise last week. I mean, Jacoby Brissett is a good quarterback. He's a good game manager. Geno Smith has shown that he can do it. I mean, he's got so many weapons between JSN, Kenneth Walker, Charbonnet. We've got
Lockett and Metcalf too.
Lockett, Metcalf. I mean, he's got a lot of things that he can work with. Patriots, on the other hand, you're looking at Stevenson. I mean, I'd like to say they've got a couple other weapons, but I don't really think they do. I lean heavily towards the Seahawks pulling this off on the road for the Patriots' first home game, but I think I'm going to just stick with the over 38.5.
Ooh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you think it's just going to be heavily carried by the Seahawks though?
I think it could be a 28-10 game, but then it's
I was
still
gonna say, yeah,
under.
the under would win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you'd cover.
Yeah, I was gonna say he'd go spread that way then.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have better odds with the spread 3.5 at -105 versus 108. So okay, ignore what I just said. We're gonna go with -3.5 for the Seahawks.
There we go. There we go.
This matchup is the tale of what happened last week. Seahawks underperformed and the Patriots overperformed. No one expected the Seahawks to be as messy as they were on offense. And I think they gave up 2 safeties, which is terrible. And the Patriots kind of balled out, which everyone was like, oh, they're next in line next to Carolina. So it's like, I don't think we'll get that same thing. I think the Patriots' luck will wear off, and I think the Seahawks will win pretty handily with the points.
Yeah, both with rookie head coaches too.
Yes.
I want to point out. So
Yeah.
I really don't see the Patriots starting their season off 2-0. And
No.
hey, if they do, good to them. Not that I really want to see it, but you know, I am also leaning towards that spread. 3.5 always worries me that they're only going to win by a field goal, but I just don't see that happening. I think Seattle's a lot better team than New England. So I like that -3.5. Because I don't think they're only going to win by a field goal.
No.
Next, we got the New York Giants visiting the Tennessee Titans, with the Jets being the favorite on the road at -170. We have a spread of -3.5 again, and then over under 41. I just want to start off with saying Alan Lazard is finally going to earn part of his contract. I see him probably getting another anytime touchdown. And then I like the Jets money line at -170. I don't see this being a very high scoring game. I would rather stick safe and go money line rather than the spread on this one because I could easily see it being a 3-point win because the Titans defense is still pretty solid. I mean, they didn't give up any offensive touchdowns against the Bears, whose offense is supposed to be pretty good. I mean, they have DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Roma Dunze, Caleb Williams, Cole Kmet, DeAndre Swift, list goes on. Held them to the bare minimum. And literally the only way that they scored was defense and special teams. So I expect this to be actually a very close game. If you even want to go Jets defensive touchdown, I think it's a little crazy, but I kind of like it in this matchup. Not saying that I'm going with it, but I don't think you're too crazy for it. Let me look up the odds for that just to see. Jets defense, it's +550. Got some spare change, Grandma gave you some nickels to throw on it. Go ahead and, just try to win something pretty with it.
I love when grandma gives me nickels.
Yes.
I'd rather have a dime instead of 2 nickels. I like this game. It's Aaron Ayahuasca Rogers versus Will Mayo Levis. I think you got the old gun versus the new hip Southern quarterback. No Ryan Tannehill anymore down in Nashville. It's going to be a shootout. I think Lazard. I think he is going to get his touches. I think watching that Jets game, it was really underwhelming because I had Aaron Rodgers as my QB and they yanked him, and then all of a sudden our ex Cleveland Brown goes in there and scores a touchdown, which really didn't mean anything for the game, but for fantasy, it meant a lot because I lost by 2 points. But I think Aaron will have a great game. I think the Titans defense is tough, but I think he will probably get over his passing yards. I don't know what those are at yet, but I think he'll definitely go over his passing yards.
Call me crazy, but I think the Titans are going to win this game.
Colored me shocked.
Yeah, how are they going to win it though? Are they going to win it on the ground or through the air?
Don't know.
Because
I
I think if
just
the Titans have any shot, it's going to be carried heavily on Tony Pollard and Tajay
Yep.
Spears.
It's
Because
going to
the
be on the
thing that the
ground.
Jets suck at is rush defense.
Yep.
But their
we saw it
corners are
last week.
pretty elite.
We saw it this weekend. Mason came in and put up like 150 rushing yards. Tony Pollard came out pretty strong last week. Like I said, I've got this weird feeling Titans could pull away with it.
Now this game, this is one I'm absolutely not touching whatsoever.
I just got the tingle up my spine.
Yeah, if anything, I'll just go ahead and say it first. New York Giants visiting the Washington Commanders. I'm surprised there's even a favorite in this one. Commanders are favored at home at -125 with the spread of 2 and over under 43, which I think is way too high personally. So I like the under in this one, and go ahead and give me a Jaden Daniels anytime.
I like the under 43 in this.
I am not touching the side or total. My prop bet would be Mr. Malik Neighbors over 65.5 yards receiving.
Oh, okay. I like that. I'm just not betting on Daniel Jones at all.
Nope.
If they had
Fade
Tommy
him.
DeVito in there or Drew Lock, then we can talk. But I'm not betting on no Daniel Jones, nothing.
And after watching the offseason of Hard Knocks, that GM has to be kicking himself of what happened with Saquon Barkley.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
My fiance Claire goes, "That guy's an idiot." I go, "I don't even know how he has a job. If he was in the Browns organization, they'd probably promote him. But he should be fired."
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I don't think he lasts throughout the season unless they just go on an absolute tear.
Which, yeah, that's the only way. But I think he'll be gone before trade deadline. I don't think. Yeah, Daniel Jones is not the answer. They put all their eggs in one basket, and as a Cleveland Browns fan, we know all too well what that means. And we're probably going to see that with Deshaun here coming up. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Next, we get into the 4 o'clock games. We got the Rams visiting the Arizona Cardinals, with the Cardinals being the favorites in this one, actually. At -122, with the 1 point spread, Dylan's favorite.
Yep.
And over under 48.5. Man, go ahead and give me a Cooper Cup anytime touchdown for sure. And then Cooper Cup, 60 plus receiving yards. And Rams money line.
You already know what I'm going to say. This right here is my 1 point spread. I am going to take the Rams +1.
You're gonna take +1, or are you gonna take the money line? Because the money
No.
line better odds.
So that's the point. The point is it's my 1 point spread bet. But yeah, obviously the Rams are a better pick here if we're going to go with the Rams pick. But for my 1 point spread option, I'm going with the Rams 1 point spread.
Okay,
But thank you.
of course. I just had to make sure.
I am going to take Mr. Williams from the Rams as a anytime touchdown. That's the only thing I kind of like with this game.
Okay, valid.
Okay.
If you want to throw some Cardinals love in there, I mean, Kyler Murray rushing yards isn't a bad one. James Conner, 40 plus rushing yards or 50 plus rushing yards, not bad. But yeah, I'm gonna probably stay away from the Cardinals this one and just pray that Marvin Harrison Jr. finally gets some touches for me for fantasy.
I
That
think
was a
people
stinker
were hoping
last
for
week.
that. Yeah.
That was a stinker.
The freshman flop
Yeah.
is what a bunch of my buddies said.
Yeah. All right. And then next we have the Bengals visiting the Chiefs, with the Chiefs being the heavy favorites at -225 and spread of 5 points and over under 47.5. I'm not liking anything from the Bengals on this one.
Not currently.
I honestly don't even like the over under because you just never know when the Bengals are going to decide, oh, I want to play,
And
or if
score
T. Higgins
points.
is going to play even.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think if just alone, if T. Higgins plays, this changes the game quite a bit. Um, but I'm gonna stay safe. And man, I don't, I don't even know. I almost want to go a prop with this one and just give me a Pacheco anytime. But yeah, I think I'm gonna stay safe. With Pacheco anytime on this one. Maybe Worthy or Rice. Um, the odds are pretty similar. That's going to be a probably day of decision for me. I've decided I'm never betting on Travis Kelce ever again. I've made that official ever since Taylor Swift got involved. I just don't want anything to do with it unless it's the Chiefs winning the Super Bowl.
I think it's funny you say that because I was going to say this is the week that Travis Kelce gets a touchdown.
Oh boy.
All right. Well, we'll see who's right then. Because you probably are right on that.
Yeah, and I have him on fantasy, so I'm really hoping for it.
I think you always have him on your fantasy. So.
My team name is Garage Beer.
Yeah. Trademark, patent pending. This one, like you said, Brandon, it's going to be either very lopsided. I don't think it's going to be close. I think the Bengals, they have to show up or else it's going to be a cakewalk for Mahomes and the boys. I'm thinking Mr. Burrow and Mr. Mahomes, one interception each. That's my prop.
I like that. I like that.
It's a little risky, but it's like, hey, they're going to be throwing the ball early and often, as the lad would say in hockey terminology. But I think the gunslingers will be throwing it out in the backfield, and I think one or two of them will get picked off. So
I like that.
I
Oh,
have,
go
yeah,
ahead.
I've got Travis Kelce anytime touchdown. That's all I got. Because this could go one of two ways. We could finally see the Joe Burrow show up that we all thought was going to show up last week against the Patriots. We do know that T. Higgins was not at practice today. So relying heavily on Jamar Chase again, which didn't seem to work out for him last week. I'm just sticking with what I know best, and that's Travis Kelce. So Travis Kelce anytime touchdown.
I like that. Next, we got robbed out of this game unless the Steelers decide to start Russell Wilson, but we have the Pittsburgh Steelers visiting the Denver Broncos. Um, I just tried looking at the kicking props, and man, I'm kind of butthurt that Boswell's not on here.
Later in the week.
I think that'll change. There's going to be a lot of field goals to be had in that game.
I
Yeah,
think this
they
game is pretty much all going to be field goals.
And I
Other
have
than maybe a Najee anytime. Or a
and
Pickens. This is like a Pickens or Najee anytime, and that's going to be the only touchdown of the game.
or
well,
does Russell Wilson suit up in the Broncos uniform instead of the Steelers? That would be pretty funny. But
I mean,
so
both the teams are paying him this year,
yes,
so
I was going to say, which team pays him more? Does he wear
the
that
Broncos.
Bronco? So I say he wears a Bronco. That's my prop bet.
So it's funny because if you look at the lines for passing touchdowns over under for Bo Nix, it's over half a touchdown for minus 205. But if you go to passing touchdowns, just passing touchdowns, Bo Nix one or more is minus 175. It should be the same line, but I'm taking Bo Nix +1 passing touchdown this game, minus
Okay.
175.
You think he's going to drop some dimes on the Steelers defense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I think he finally gets Cortland Sutton involved. I mean, he's got to do something. I mean,
Yeah.
Sean Payton ain't gonna. I mean, I'm not gonna say that they're gonna win the game by any means yet, but it could be a dump off to McLaughlin. It could be Cortland Sutton, maybe like a 30-yard bomb, just broke free and got past Minka Fitzpatrick. Who knows?
Yeah. I really like this Sunday night matchup. I'm curious on how it's going to pan out. I feel like it's either going to be a really good game or just an absolute blowout. But we got the Chicago Bears visiting the Houston Texans, with the Texans being the favorite at home at minus 258, with the spread of 6 points and over under 45.5. I'm just gonna go ahead and start off with saying I like the under. Of course, I'm gonna go with the primetime under on this one, 45.5. Unless Caleb Williams, has an offensive performance of a lifetime. But go ahead and throw in a Nico Collins anytime touchdown
I like that a lot.
and Joe Mixon touchdown as well.
You know me, my favorite prop bet is PATs or more. And I'm going to go with, which seems crazy to me, but, the sportsbook seems to know what they're doing. I'm going to go with plus 100 over 2.5 PATs made for the Texans. You're telling me they're not going to score 3 touchdowns in this game against this Bears team?
The Bears defense looked real.
Yeah, but it's still CJ Stroud. And Caleb Williams is still a rookie quarterback who's going to turn the ball over and give the Texans a lot more chances. And could be throwing another pick six, or could be, who knows?
Yeah.
You're running the ball and getting the strip sack fumble. I could see many things. He's going to be careless with the ball.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But on that note, I do think he will connect with the old head, Mr. Keenan Allen, and get his first touchdown in a Bears uniform. We were robbed of that last week, and I think it will be a redeeming for Mr. Keenan Allen to score a touchdown in a Bears uniform. So
Well, and you don't have Rome Odunze this week, so
Yeah, I like both of those. And then Monday night we have the Falcons visiting the Eagles. Eagles being heavy favorites at minus 325 with a 6.5 point spread and over under 47. I don't see the Falcons putting up many points in this one, in all honesty. But I really like Saquon to get. This is gonna be a crazy prop. 90 plus rushing yards and 2 touchdowns.
this is the week Bijan gets his touchdown.
I don't disagree with that. I like that. I like that
But
they started feeding him the ball more.
there's one of those weird things about the Eagles where this could be another one of those games where the Falcons show up, unlike they did last week. Although when you watch the All 22, Kirk looked very, very hurt. He
Yeah.
couldn't plant on his back foot. He wasn't throwing normal. But it's funny because if you look at the Jets game, if you look at the passing chart, Aaron Rodgers was only throwing to one side of the field the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. I mean, both were Achilles injuries. Both are acting very similar coming back in their old age. They're both very frail. But I think the Falcons hang in this game a little bit. I don't think it's going to be a shootout by any means, so I'm taking the under. But I'm hoping that Bijan gets a touchdown.
I also like the Bijan touchdown. I think there's not going to be a lot of points scored from the Falcons. Those points will come by a young man called Young Ho Koo. I believe he will have at least 2.5 field goals. Get at least a couple points on the board for the Falcons. But other than that, if you wanted to put a couple of bucks on Kyle Pitts touchdown, you go ahead and do that. Just floating it out there in the annals of the whatever you want to call it.
I'm running through because I'm gonna make the graphic for all of our 3 bets. So Brandon, really quickly, give me your favorite, your underdog, and your top prop of the week.
My underdog this week is going to be the LA Rams. Top bet of the week is going to be go ahead and I'm just gonna stick with that game as well. Go ahead and give me a Cooper Kupp anytime touchdown. And what was the last thing you wanted?
Favorite of the week.
Favorite of the week?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and give me just prop or just money line.
No, like your favorite money line. Like
My favorite money line.
Yeah, favorite to win.
I like the Bills at plus 114.
Bills,
Yeah.
they're favored.
No, they're under. Oh,
Yeah, who's favored? Who's your favorite? Favored.
oh. Dallas Cowboys at minus 265.
Cowboys. All right, Corgi, who's your favorite?
I like what you said. Them Arizona.
Arizona. Who's your dog?
My dog. Should I say the Giants? No, I can't do that. Just to be funny. Give me a second here. I had them written down somewhere. Go back to the prop bet. I like the prop bet.
Who's your prop?
My prop was the interception. Joe Burrow and Mahomes.
Joe Mahomes.
One at INT each.
Okay.
And then let me see here. Where the hell did I have my underdog? Oh, Denver plus 3.
Denver. The spread.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So my favorite of the week was going to be the Chargers.
That's a good one.
I'm having fun with the Chargers. My dog of the week was going to be the Tennessee Titans.
I like that. I like that.
And then my prop of the week was Jeff Wilson touchdown.
Ooh,
Is Love still out, right? Who's the backup?
Malik Willis.
I think, yeah. I now that I think about that, that Tennessee Green Bay game is going to be.
Well, this is Tennessee Jets.
Oh, Tennessee Jets. Excuse
Yeah,
me.
Indianapolis is playing Packers.
That's right. Yeah, you're right. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I still like Indianapolis. I don't think they're gonna.
Yeah, I almost put them as my favorite for the week, but
I don't want to be like, oh, front runner. I want to give the people something a little obscure.
Absolutely. I like it.
Obscure.
Oh, and the most important of them all, the lad has phoned in the lad's favorite of the week was the Niners. The lad's dog of the week was the Rams. And his prop of the week is a Jamar Chase tutty.
Oh.
ooh. Okay.
All of his picks seem pretty safe.
Yeah,
Pretty conservative.
that is the lad until you get a couple of drinks in them and NHL season starts up. Then anything flies.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got another 3 weeks before that happens.
Yep. So we will get those posted for you all tomorrow morning. That way, when this comes out and you listen, you can follow along and then check out the graphics on the Hold My Bev Instagram and Twitter page. You can bet with Corgi, bet with the lad, bet with DTF, and bet with B Park. We should keep a tally going. I know we missed week 1, but we should keep a tally going.
Oh, absolutely. Let's get it going.
Did you guys do your usual side bet for division winners?
We haven't picked a division yet.
Oh, that's right.
I think we need to do that right here, right now.
I think because
I wanted
Corgi's
to put you on the spot because I told you this golf last week.
Corgy's going to be the witness to this.
I think Corgi should be the one to pick the random division that we have to pick between. Ignore the NFC North, any other division, and let's say not the AFC North either.
Yeah.
So both Norths are out. Pick a random division. Give us like a number between 1 and 3 of your top 3, and then we'll pick one. Because it's got to be completely random.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, then I think he should just assign us one.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
1 second here. Got to look at the NFL divisions.
While he's doing that, how are we going to do this? Do you get first pick since you lost?
I guess if you want.
Doesn't matter to me.
So what was the wager from last year?
Last year's a
Steak.
steak dinner that we still have to go to.
Did you pick a steak restaurant or?
No, we didn't pick it out only because I was gonna take him to Denny's to get a nice country fried steak.
Oh, get him a grand slam with a country fried steak on the side.
Well, Brandon eats like a 10-year-old, so I got to pick something that he can eat.
Oh, he's like Jake Harris. He eats a cheeseburger and then.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
He won't even eat a peanut butter and jelly or a taco.
Yeah.
Well, I
Palate,
can't eat a peanut butter and jelly.
Oh yeah, I
palate,
forgot. Yeah,
palate of a
allergic.
toddler.
He's allergic to these nuts, so
Yeah, exactly.
Hang it from the rafters. These nuts. All right. So what divisions I can't pick?
just
Just
the
the
Norths.
Norths.
Just the Norths.
Yeah, because I don't want to. I don't want to bet on the AFC North all year, and then we did the NFC North last year.
Well, I
And
feel like we'll be biased on the
did you do the
AFC North.
AFC South? Obviously, that's not gonna.
We haven't done anything else. That was the first one last year.
Let's do some fuckery in here. Let's do the NFC South. I mean,
Oh, God.
anything can happen there. Like that's a crap. Like obviously, the Panthers are going 0-17, but then you got that wily Kirk Cousins. But then you got number 6, ride with 6. And then-
Brandon already knows my pick.
It's just a matter of who gets the first pick.
exactly. So do you want me to do
Dylan,
a
there's got to
random?
be a way we can decide this.
Hold on, baby. Hold on, baby. Hold on.
Hey, I have a hat.
A hat?
I have
I
a
was gonna
hat
say-
and I have a Super Bowl champion shirt because my family sent it to me.
My
All right.
All right, I'm at the random number generator on Google, and I'm gonna click between 1 and 10, and I'm gonna click generate, and it's gonna pick a number. Whichever one's closest. Do you want to do best out of 3 or just one and done?
One and done.
One and done. Lay
All
it
right.
all on the line.
All right. All right. Let me click the number. All right. Who wants to go first?
You said between 1 and 10?
Yep.
I'm going to go. I'll take 5.
Okay.
6.
Number was 9.
Buccaneers, baby. Give me the Buccaneers to win the fucking NFC South.
So we're gonna tie it up and 2 country fried steaks from Denny's
Ooh.
February 6th after the Super Bowl. Yummy.
Yeah,
Double or
go ahead
nothing.
and- Go ahead
Double or
and give me the
nothing.
Falcons.
Okay. And write it down.
All right, so we got the
I'll have
Buccaneers versus the Falcons.
the graphic ready.
I'll go with my high school team, the Falcons. Same logo and everything.
It was fate, Brandon. It was fate.
It was fate. At least we don't have Desmond Ritter doing DoorDash commercials.
Those are terrible.
Yeah. Well, it's fitting now. He's jobless.
Yes.
But he's always got DoorDash.
See, that was his passive income. Now that's his main income. Yes.
But other than that, guys, that's gonna wrap up this episode. Thank you, Corgy, for hopping on the episode. Make sure if you guys did enjoy this, that you leave a like and subscribe. It helps us out a ton. And be active with us on Instagram and Twitter. We're both pretty active on Twitter, both me and DTF. So make sure that you follow us on there. But until then, I'm gonna have Dylan close us out.
Make sure you gamble responsibly. We're still trying to get a hold of the lad. No one's seen him in a while. Hope he's doing okay. Make sure that if you do see him, call 1-800-GAMBLER. I think that's the only person who could help him at this point. Have fun this weekend. Go Browns. Buckeyes are off this weekend, so don't gotta stress about that. But we'll see you guys next time. Make sure you follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Check out the YouTube page. Spotify will be back up soon. Apple Music's good, right?
I believe so.
Okay, cool. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Follow our bets, tail them if you do. Let us know. I want to hear how it goes. Hopefully, we're profitable this week.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Later,
Yeah.
guys.
Later.
Peace.